me show you some scripts which I've built for generation. So I've opened up a prepared project where I have a source file which is based on my project structure, and I already defined my project settings like resolution and frames per second. So let's create a comp file from the source and inherit all the sources and outputs, naming and versioning. So here we create a comp file from source script, and let's dive in. Okay, so here we have loader, which is in linear space, so viewLot, and here we have proper path, and in saver we have a proper output path for our versions. Also, server by script was named as default, because when we have few servers, generation will take them randomly and show us randomly. But if we have server which is called default, it will show it by default. Funny. So and here, as you can see, I inherit all kind of settings from my project in generation. So let me close this comp file for now. Let's delete it from here for now, and let me just delete my comp file from my project structure, so we have nothing. Actually, why I did it? Because I can build it actually from Fusion itself. Let's just show the metadata and see that this shot is called 02035. Okay, it's new comp, comparing 35 comp. Okay, and we have it. So we have our source, we have our saver, which is called default2, because we need to stay with this kind of naming. I will already say why, and that's actually it. So if we will go to preferences, we will see that all preferences are there, and why it's happening if we even not used a generation. That's because our project, each project have this project prefs, where we have resolution and frame rate, and when I build my comp files from here, it just picked up all the settings. So, okay, just generation, let's submit it to manager to make our first version. So, and by this progress, we will see how the comp is going. So, actually, we already can jump generation, and now if I will say comp from source, it will say the composition already exists and it can be overridden, but it can paste existed version. Okay, and here we have our first version. So let's give a status and assign Another one thing is we see it's a bit dark because it's linear. I have here script which will bring some gamma adjustments just for the visual purposes. So what we have here, we have all is fine. So let's save our project, and to make a new version, let's jump Fusion. Wait a bit. Okay. So just let's make some minor adjustments, and the next thing which I have here is new version. And by the way, this open comp, if I will close this without saving, I can say open comp green 035, and it will open my latest comp file. So now I want to make some adjustments and bring them back to generation, which I can actually close for now, and I can say new version. This updates my comp file version and updates my output path actually. So let's do quick adjustments, something that we will actually see, and now we can render it with manager. So submit to manager. Before it will submit, it saves my comp, and okay, it's ready, and we can see it's already there. And now we can jump into generation. The script will parse my comp name, find the project on the storage, and open a correct generation project. So now we can jump to editing mode and paste new comp version. Voila! We have a new version already there. Okay. So let's save. So what we have here is gamma 28 and show it already. Deal is from comp, I will show soon. Open Houdini, open nuke asset. It was done just for I did some explanation for my friends, so I built this script just to show that the generation can work with external applications. Dailies from XR. All this I will show shortly. So okay, what we have here, new version I showed. So my default saver is actually the main saver, which goes through the rendering folder, and this is the main tool. So if I will delete it by accident, I can always restore it by restore default saver. Okay, as you can see, I have my default with all my correct path. So if the shot was approved, I can create output saver, which is already predefined to output out, and this is why it's here. Daily 720 is I can just pick and it will create a dailies already gamma corrected. I picked here to 1080. It has turn it off my main saver just to not go it over again. So let's delete this. Submit to Fantasy. If you have, this is a third party render manager which you can find at Cguru. It is free and open source and it's very nice, but I don't have Cguru Keeper, so it just says that I don't have it on this machine. So restore play with Deja Vu is when you have a lot of loaders with a different kind of sources and you just don't want to reset your viewports. You can easily just select your loader or saver and says play with Deja Vu, and it will pop up and show what exactly it is. Same for the savers. So play with Deja Vu, and I see my current version. So let's make one more version. Let's go to edit, and with paste new comp version we will add a new version. Corrected. So this is the basic workflow for the compositing. Also, as far as it goes, it will send notifications from generation to my mail. So here we see. The next thing which I wanted to show, let me just delete all this. Let me just bring back my main comp. What if we need to make a comp which goes through the 3D and we need to bring in some render layers and so on and so forth? So actually we did this crack in Houdini, and I can easily add the generation. Just select my scene file, and here I will immediately have all my layers. So they're actually already there. This is the actual comp. You can see that they are all, but at the very first time we just can copy them and paste here and work with this pieces for our needs. So this is how we deal with 3Ds, and if you will see, if you will watch it metadata, you will find the actual name, and here I have a script which will open up our 3D scene to have a possibility to make some adjustments, redoings, and so on and so forth, which is pretty much handy because you just don't need to jump between your main app desktop, click on shortcuts, then try to find your scene in file structure and so on and so forth. So here all that you just need is jump to generation, select your render files and open up your scene to make any adjustments. So as many mantra nodes outputs we have here, so many layers will be pasted in the exact same clip, exact same project, and that's pretty much handy. So actually each software which we used earlier, we used 3ds Max, which I actually just for quick preview will open 3ds Max. I put the background and it up. So, but what I wanted to say is that each software have its own independent toolset, like create scenes, like in Fusion I showed, where you just create a shot based on the project, block, shot, task and subtask. Like this one, we have a project of Gagarin, block 2, shot 35, task fx and subtask is correct. Sometimes my tablet goes crazy, I just don't know why. So what I still not showed, I think that here I show all that I could. Here, I will show one more thing. And in 3ds actually we have dependent toolset, the same. Open up existing scenes, we have our projects, we can select our, looks like my screen recording makes things a bit slower. Here we have shots and it will show any of max files, and so you can actually start new ones, like create new comp with the same toolset, save new version, plan caches, and this one, dailies from preview and dailies from render, is just the same thing like we have here. So I have a comp file with the rendered images, and if I want and if I need to make a dailies from it and not open, and if I don't want to open my Fusion to use these scripts, I just can do that from generation. So I can select my comp file, pipeline, and dailies from comp. And what it will do, it will actually open up Fusion, pick up my rendered images and make a dailies. And now I will show what actually it will looks like as it goes. And close this too. Actually it comes from the exe file we build. We have a predefined comp file with some flags, and we just make this guy, call it dmaker, which create these conf files and store it in temporary folder and then delete it as it goes. So as you can see, okay, it rendered, it closed, and if we will go in our project, then dailies to 35 and just open it up, you will see that we have a dailies with studio name, with shot name, with frame counter, and with a, okay, let's open up QuickTime with slate info, when it was created, for each project, how many frames, and so on and so forth. And this is what we have. And about 3D smarts, these buttons dailies from preview dailies from rendering sequences doing the same. It calls it maker there and fire up fusion and makes this kind of QuickTimes. So that's actually it. So it was just the first step, and the goal was to make things much more organized and clear when you just don't need to think about naming, about versioning, and don't jump into those rabbit holes from folders and finding these things. So thanks for watching and goodbye.